Everybody clap on 3. 1, 2, 3. What's up? Welcome to Upper Sule. Oh my freaking god. What's up? Welcome to Upper Sule. Oh my god. Hold on. I'm telling you, bro.
Danny, what's the name of the podcast?
I'm telling you. What's up? What's good? Welcome to Upper Sule. Oh my freaking god. What's up? What's good? Welcome to Up Super Late. I am your boy Kenny. Next to me, I got Alex.
Yo, what's good?
I got Richard.
What's up?
Corey.
How did it go, Wayne?
Trey.
Hi, y'all.
Glenn.
Yo.
Kevin.
Hey.
Todd.
Hello.
And David.
What's up?
This is 9 people. Usually it's not going to be this many, but today it's a celebration going on because it is our very first episode. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Oh.
On
notifications.
With that being said, this is a podcast about, I don't know, just like the late night stuff that you just think about when you're trying to sleep, but you end up staying up anyway. I don't know. We haven't really figured that part out yet, but it's going to be an enjoyable ride getting there. What else we got? Trey, what you got going on?
What up? I just got back from Florida. I got broken wrist right now. It's pretty nice. Got a lot of people signed it. Get this off tomorrow. So excited. Kind of smells like fish right now.
Hold up! I just went to your room.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just went to the restroom just to see what's going down in there. We do things.
All right, that's weird.
Yeah,
That's
but-
weird, bro. Why are you going to my restroom?
Why do y'all go to the
Everybody
restroom and
knows
do
here
things?
we go to the
Sounds-
restroom for things.
You're
Sounds
going,
questionable.
you're
Alright.
going to your
What do you-
roommate's
what
restroom to
But I'm
see
just
what's
saying,
going on.
Hey, don't worry about that's explicit. Let's get it.
There's a
So,
roommate agreement.
Yeah. So I went in there and there's just a
That's
knife.
not a violation.
What's the
questionable.
All right, yes. I had a knife in my restroom because, under my cast, there's this cloth sticks to my skin. I had to get the knife in there to separate it from my skin because it's uncomfortable, it itches, and I kind of fell asleep with it in there. Woke up, went to the restroom, found the knife in there, just took it out, set it there in the restroom.
So your shit smells like fish and yesterday's peanut butter.
I hate
That's
peanut butter.
nasty, yo.
I hate peanut butter so much. Like
I don't know why this story reminds me of like Talladega Nights. Whenever he has
He's like,
He's like, he's got that knife.
like that's what I thought you were gonna go with. I thought you were gonna be like, I was trying to cut my cast off.
I want to cut it off so
I want to
badly.
go
Like
fast.
honestly,
Got 12 hours.
honestly, if there was Ultimate tonight and you were like, I want to go,
I want to go.
I would legit cut your shit off.
Let's do it. But there's no Ultimate tonight.
It's
so
canceled.
it's canceled.
Why is it
I'll tell you.
Because that bitch is wet.
When we say Ultimate, we mean Ultimate Frisbee. And most of us play. We played for quite some
Played.
I think we...
Past tense.
Well,
Some of us are too
well, I
hefty.
still play it.
Hey,
Well,
bro,
I'm on the
I would drop
IR,
you, cuz.
but I'm back
Richard, you ain't
next week, hopefully.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I ran a mile.
Bro,
My
you-
legs were so sore
You're
today.
always here. You're coming off IR like JJ Watt, dude. You're going to be hurt next week, too.
Oh,
That's true.
That's so true, Trey.
We don't know
Injury prone.
When was the last time you ran?
I don't
He
think
ran to Taco Bell?
Dude,
You ran to Taco Bell?
dude, he ran to the restroom right before we started this podcast.
It's true.
I'll tell you.
Me? Todd did.
Todd did twice.
Yeah, Todd. You know what? We're gonna talk about this.
I'm
Todd.
just saying that.
Hold on. And if you're listening, if you go to someone's house and it's once again it's not your house,
Stop taking dumps.
don't take a dump.
And then you do more than one in 2 hours?
2 dumps in 1 hour.
You know, when you're there for a long time, though. Hold on.
I'm just
when
saying.
you're there for a long time, like you're allowed a courtesy dump. Like you've had a cookout, you've been there for drinks.
Yeah,
for 3-4 hours.
if you ate there, I guess I get it.
I'm
That's-
gonna,
But 2?
Y'all been here for 10 minutes. Y'all were here for 10 minutes and took dumps all up in his house.
Well, I'm
Y'all
just
just
saying,
took
if I'm there for
turns,
3
like-
Y'all literally had a
hours,
line.
I was allowed once. I'm not correcting Todd. Todd's like 10 minutes. I got to shit twice. Like
We're gonna-
I understand.
That's
that
not even healthy though.
or it's insanely.
I guess
Yeah,
what I'm
was,
saying is-
what was the second one? What came out the second time? Like,
What do you think came out,
I
motherfucker?
don't want to know, actually.
I'll tell you what's messing with me, and y'all tell me if y'all got anything on this. Going to like small businesses, like anywhere, and there's a tip option whenever you check out because they use an iPad as their cash. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, they do that
Yup.
anywhere.
Everywhere.
Anywhere.
I'm at
Bro, at Game Armory we have a tip option.
a tip. See, and that's bullcrap because what if Walmart starts doing that?
So glad to know you don't tip.
Walmart don't even have people working.
Yeah, Walmart's got all that.
Yeah, it's gonna be you're
There's
gonna be
a
tipping a
self-checkout.
robot, but that's more than likely what's gonna be happening.
We're going to tip in a robot.
Cidercade does everywhere.
Hold on. To
Well,
be fair,
Cidercade is
it's
a
a bar.
bar.
It's
To
a
be
bar.
fair, hold on. To be fair, the Walmart checkout lines they deserve a tip because the amount of them that are actually working Pay to keep them working.
There's like 3 people.
There's like self-checkout. How do you
That's
go
what I'm
to the
saying.
line?
But like
You're
not
tipping
there's
yourself
like
at that point.
there's probably like 10 things there, and like one of them
Some
works.
shit today.
Honestly, you should get a discount if
Yeah.
you have more than like
Because
20
first
items
yeah,
and you
what
go
you
to
do-
self checkout at Walmart. You should get a discount, like because you're doing it yourself. You're not using the workers. You know, like if you have a full grocery and you go to self checkout, I feel like you should get a
That's the
discount.
same
Your
thing.
discount is you don't scan items.
Yo,
Oh
you
my
be still-
God.
Oh, David.
Hey.
Oh, David.
Great, David.
What is David?
Oh my God, bro. Renaming podcast How David Got Incarcerated.
Oh my
And go.
I know David still.
Get that quick 80% off.
80%?
Black Friday every day, boys. Let's go.
You're just acting like you're scanning it. It just doesn't.
Just
it
bring
doesn't
like a
scan, but
CVS.
They would have whole
And what
Yeah,
happens when
yeah,
that
yeah.
old ass dude at the front's like, receipt, please?
Walk
He
faster.
doesn't check.
He only checks if you have an item that isn't
outside the
bad.
I don't know.
Actually-
We went to Forney,
Oh, no,
and
you
dude,
can run.
they question you.
What are
They're
you
like,
buying?
Penis pills.
Actually, we bought
How many
like
items did you
$50 in candy. To be honest.
Yeah.
Okay,
we
see,
did.
that's real suspicious for a grown man to be buying $50 a
Hey,
year.
American.
Hey, I'm just saying.
We're coming up on Halloween. You can get away
That's
with
not
it.
why you.
I'm just saying you can
Nah,
run.
bro, that's
That's
not why
not
you
why
did
Didn't
that,
do
bro.
anything.
Guilty.
All right. So with this being a celebration, I wanted to talk about a couple things that are celebrated around the year, holidays that are coming up, where it's just kind of either one, you need something that you think should be celebrated, or something that we do celebrate that's kind of stupid. Trey, you got something?
All right, so I got a couple things. So
You got a couple. All right, here
we
go.
all we all like peanut butter jelly sandwiches. I'm not a huge fan.
No, we
of
don't.
Peanut butter.
No.
Allergic?
I don't
What
like
do you mean?
jelly.
All right.
You know what? Most people here don't even like it, so skip. No,
All right,
I'm just kidding.
all
No,
right.
back up.
Hold on. So peanut butter has 2 days. It has its own day. I think it's on April 2nd. It's peanut butter day.
No, this bro
All right.
And then-
On January 24th, it has PB and J day. Peanut butter jelly sandwiches days.
Okay.
Jelly does not have its day.
Okay.
Jelly is
I
just
get-
kicked out.
I
you
get
know.
where you're going.
Hold up.
I
Is
get
there
what
a nut day?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Is
saying?
that the whole month
Hey.
of November?
Let's
No,
get
no.
it.
Trey, what were you saying, bro?
I'm out. Jelly should have its own day. I love some great jelly. But yeah.
This is the man that uses the knife.
It's
the
a-
skin
it's
in
a- it's a
between his
utility
cats.
knife. It's like just in case I
Hey,
got.
I gotta put some jelly in there, you know, just get it lubricated a little.
He be putting KY jelly.
Hold
on
up.
motherfucker.
Trey, I think I'm gonna talk to your doctor. I think you need to leave that cast on, yo.
You know, of all people, I'm just gonna say this. Of all people here, that actually, all the people that are in our group, I only think there's like 3 people that I know for sure that might do that. Number 1, Randy.
Randy's the guy that is not here.
Before you go to number 2,
Hold on.
that's not a mic. Randy
done
does,
it.
and he
He's done
has
it.
told us.
Yeah.
So,
And then number 2, you definitely done something weird.
hey,
I don't want to care.
Hey,
No,
you-
stop.
You is
Hey
Glenn.
David,
You
where's that
was silent
in this situation.
grapefruit video? Where's that grapefruit video?
no.
That's what we need right now, bro.
We'll put a link in the description.
That's sad because that's somebody's auntie too.
Randy is a member of
She get down, though.
of this circle who is not here right now, but he will be referenced pretty often. Cause he
Pretty
does some-
often.
some
As
weird stuff.
Boner.
He's
clear.
he's the only one that has made Kenny cuss in his life.
Oh my
True.
Straight up.
Kenny will deny it, and
But
the
I've
whole
been working
podcast
on
can
mine.
listen to
I
Kenny never saying anything relatively close to a cuss word, but we all heard it.
Don't
Hey,
worry,
that's not
I'm
your
working
thing?
on it.
Nah, I just
He's saying,
I say the N word, and my mom says that's a curse word.
but it's
How?
Which is, let me tell you something, dude. Let me tell you like the worst punishment of all time.
Ooh,
Imagine being black
do you have to get a switch?
and you get
Just
to
look
say,
at us. Look at us. Look at.
Oh,
over here.
my bad, my bad.
All right,
my bad.
Yeah, yeah.
What did you say? Well, I said imagine being black, which is what I'm over here.
Like, we want to,
Imagine
just
being black.
relate.
Imagine being black, and then like you get to say, hey, like you're born, and then the doctor says to you, hey, lucky day, you get to say the N word, and nobody can say anything.
I know, right?
And
It's
then
the
like,
best.
yep, thank you,
Hold
Kevin.
You know, I'm just
Your mom says to you, a black child, hey, you can't use the N word because that's a curse word.
Nigga, please.
Thank you.
So how did you get punished for saying that?
Oh, I just got grounded for like 2 days.
Oh, but what privileges
That's
are
like
you
the most
losing?
like.
You can't use that word. Okay,
Negative
try
privileges.
again.
I guess I'll go play Xbox in my room now since I
And
can't.
say it on
And
the
I'm
mic.
definitely gonna say it on Xbox.
That's
So
probably the whitest punishment for a black guy ever.
no, like that happened.
Niggas used to get beat, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was gonna say
Oh,
there was
oh,
definitely
you're
two
talking
parts to
about
this
that? Hell
punishment,
no.
for sure. Yeah.
Niggas used to get beat and then sent to the room.
Oh, okay.
That was like last year.
No.
So I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
He's like, I've been moved out for 6 years.
Oh, y'all don't get these. Anybody else got any
got it.
other things that they want to be celebrated or something that they think shouldn't be celebrated?
I definitely think opening day for baseball should be celebrated.
Hey, I'm a
Solid
solid
note. You know what? No.
That's a
Solid
huge
note.
thing. Hold
Does
on.
anybody else have anything else besides that? Because that's trash. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you gotta bring that up on the last day of baseball.
Oh,
Like,
is it the last day?
It's
the
gonna be the
last
last
Hold on,
day.
but that's the
Yeah,
thing.
last
That's
day.
the thing, right? Like the day
It's
after
America's
Christmas, you look forward to
pastime,
next
though, brother.
Christmas. You're like, oh man, the Christmas season's over. Let's go to next Christmas.
But like,
That's
no,
how
no.
baseball fans are with the
Bro,
World
it's
Series.
literally
Christmas
America's
gets 2
pastime,
months.
bro.
After
So no.
Halloween, all of a sudden it's Christmas.
Eh.
Christmas gets 2 months straight up.
How?
Right after
Christmas-
It gets
right
after
after
Halloween.
Halloween.
Honestly,
it
are you-
gets-
Before Halloween.
Are you counting
Yeah.
Thanksgiving as a part
No.
of Christmas?
Yes,
Everybody-
basically.
that's
yes.
Technically, I mean, that's
Technically,
when you
Walmart
put
does.
lights up and everything.
That's
so-
cool.
Yeah.
So in my family, we put up lights the date and the Christmas tree and decorations the day after Thanksgiving.
No, we do it after.
Oh,
we
that's a lot of work.
eat
Yeah.
for Thanksgiving.
Like everything.
So your Black Friday celebration is to get ready.
Excuse me,
for
sir.
Christmas.
Hold
Let's
up,
not
man. I'm
use
feeling
the term. That's
Dang,
not-
bro.
let's not
Black
use the
was
term
really harsh.
Black
That was harsh
Friday.
tonight.
Use
Why
that
can't it
real
just be a
hard,
regular
man.
Friday?
Just
Yeah, why can't you
Can I
just say?
Can I ask
Why
a
can't
question?
you say
Let me
Hold on.
ask a question.
Every time Trey has to ask a question after we reference
This guy
it.
about to be crazy.
Hold on.
Do y'all want
Listen.
that holiday name changed?
I
Why
love
you-
that.
why you say
holiday.
y'all?
Yeah, why are you referencing us right now?
I'm looking at David.
I love
I'm
Black
looking at
Friday.
David.
tough it. Y'all want that name changed?
Yeah, bro. What do you mean,
African
y'all?
American.
You know, Kevin, you got a child now. You can just sit down.
We're gonna keep this thing going. We're gonna go into some of our best party stories since we're celebrating one today with this the kickoff of this podcast. Before we get on that, everybody clap on 3. 1, 2, 3.
What's up? To get this segment started off, we're going to play a clip from friend of the show, Anna.
Alright, you want me to tell you a party story? I can think of one from Ultimate. Back in 2016, I was playing with Risky Business Ultimate. Really nice group of people. And it was a room full of people of all different ages, like up to 42 down to 19. I think I was most likely the youngest. But you felt pretty comfortable. Like, you've grown up with these people your whole life, you knew them pretty well. And plus you just spent the last 3 months getting to know them on and off the field. So, it was starting out pretty slow. Everyone was exhausted. We played a competitive day. It was the first day of regionals. But it built up pretty quick. So, we all somehow ended up in the corner of the room, like behind this big L couch, smushed like on the floor. Maybe like 14 of us just piled up in there, and that's when you knew like everyone was starting to get a little tipsy. And so a couple hours went by, and like suddenly people just start like coming through the doors, and you don't even know them, but they seem to know at least one person in the room, and it's chill. So all the bars were closed around they closed around 2 a.m. and apparently this was the house to be at because not even like another hour passed and there were easily 75 and up people. Probably at least like 2 full other teams, not including ours. And this is when I knew everyone at the party was wasted and having fun because Mr. Brightside came on, and not even the end of the party, and it's like 3:45 a.m. and everyone is bouncing at the same time to the song. And it's a good song, but once you rage to it once or twice, it gets old. But everyone was jumping on beat, and it sounded like the floor was starting to break. It started creaking, and no one gave a fuck. Like, it was almost our goal to break that floor. And then I'm pretty sure, like, when that happened, someone got pied, and then I think that, like, broke up the party a little bit. Dice rolls were given all night, and they got a little more creative after, like, 3 a.m. All kinds of, like, crazy drinks were being made, and I think my favorite was the Sour Patch vodka. I don't usually like vodka, but it was pretty good. There's a lot of bird watchers on the team too, and somehow we started like nerding out about birds, and they made it into a drinking game somehow. They can make anything into a drinking game. people at one point started like laying out for discs inside the house, and it got crazy. I think positive someone got hurt, but it kept happening. And I think that was the same party that me and Allie got into Coco's pants at the same time. These big American flag pants, and they were pretty comfy and pretty stretchy, but he's like a 6'6" guy, and we're both like 5'2", 5'4", and we were definitely sober when that happened, and that's when I knew it was gonna start getting fun. For some reason, pandas were a thing on our team too. There were many panda lovers, and it was a little unusual, but probably like one of the funniest parts of the night was when the panda onesies came out. It was lit. I learned a lot of things about people that night that I will always remember. Many good party memories from that night, and we were in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I think whiskey slaps started happening around like 4:45. And that's when I called it a night, considering we were at regionals and I had to be up in 3.5 hours to make it to day 2, but which we ended up demolishing somehow. I don't know how, because we demolished the party that night. Ugh, I could barely wake up. But it's one of the best parties I've ever been to, and I look forward to more like it.
Okay, now we're going to get into our next topic. We're just going to be telling you about some of the best party stories that we have. We're not major partiers. Most of us actually were in band. I think all of us were in band.
First off,
nope.
Dang, Kevin.
Everybody but Kevin.
If you could see the face Kevin is making right now, he's like, I'm not with these nerds.
I played the violin. I was in orchestra.
All right, hold on.
So much worse than us,
that means
bro.
he was lamer than us.
Yeah,
that
what
means
the
he was
frick?
actually practicing.
Oh, shoot, this game's
Right.
Thursday?
No practice for me.
Weren't you on the golf team too?
I was definitely on the golf team.
And the bowling team?
No bowling team.
That was Tommy.
Not in high school.
Tommy was
I
number
did
1
that
in the
after.
district.
Todd, weren't you in chess club?
Yeah,
Whoa,
I was in
whoa.
chess club.
So what's up then?
Whoa.
Aren't you better at me than chess?
I'm
Weren't
pretty sure.
you in the chess
I'm gonna
club
be
too?
straight up.
For
Hold
the
on.
record, I'm
I
just
think
saying,
we started chess club.
any club that has been, like, any of us have been in, means that, like, for sure, all of us have been in it.
Yeah, that's fair. And to be
None
completely
of
fair,
us
though,
can be like, oh man, I wasn't in that.
to be completely fair, we were never really in chess club. We were hanging out with Mr. Barthold after hours.
It was chess club, and then he would be like, "Hey, you guys want to sign up for this tournament?" We'd be like, "Yeah." And then
let's
like
do
the
it.
tournament would be like the next day, and he'd be like, "You guys weren't there." Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Didn't we go to like a college and play like some?
We did go to one over at Eastfield, and they had it in the ballroom.
Yeah, and
all
someone
that
played
stuff.
like all of us. He went like around in a circle and just played all of us.
He dumpstered every single one of us.
Mine was a pretty close.
Like this
game.
4-year-old.
I
guy.
definitely didn't go to that.
I went. That was fun. That was fun as frick.
And one of the other nerds in the class.
Speaking of fun, Trey, give us the story, man.
All right,
I
so-
love this story.
Kenny, I need to apologize to Juliet right now. I am so sorry that this happened.
She doesn't forget you.
She does not forgive me. I have apologized 100 times. So, I had just moved back into the Nut Shack. That's what we call our house here.
Yeah.
On the street, just to be clear.
And other nuts are going around in this house, for the record.
So, so we threw a party. It was just a fun weekend party. We were playing Beer Kart. If you don't know what Beer Kart is, it's Mario Kart, but you gotta drink a beer. You gotta finish the beer before you finish the race. You can't drink and drive.
Really good game.
Really good
Responsible
game. It's responsible. We actually made a rule that I only get to play like 3 or 4 games of that, and then I'm out because I don't lose, and I just keep going and going and going, and I get trashed. So this one night, I get trashed.
Hold on.
He's so drunk he thinks.
You know what? Keep going. I will fill in the gaps. Go
Yes,
ahead.
he will fill in the gaps. All right. We also played a little Mario tennis. I had Mario tennis.
That's not even.
Oh,
real.
yeah,
It's not I think, but we played it.
That's not a real sport.
Did we have? I think that was like a triathlon.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, we were just
Iron
going.
Man
And
challenge.
that's
Yes.
what I called it, an Iron Man challenge.
Yes, we need to do that
And we
again.
actually had a meeting for it.
We
Yeah,
did.
also, yeah.
Yep. So it was a good party. So I
A
go
lot
to
of things
bed.
happened that night.
Did we have ping pong too?
Yeah.
Did we have
Yes.
ping pong?
We had
played
ping pong.
we
I
had
was a
pong.
god at
I
ping
remember
pong.
Glenn and I were on the same team.
Yeah,
we
ping
were.
pong.
Y'all got destroyed.
There's when it was a ping pong, tennis, and smash.
Tennis,
that's what it was.
Smash,
Oh, yeah.
Mario
Well,
Kart.
tennis and Mario Kart like alternated.
Yeah.
Beer pong.
And beer pong.
Oh, yeah.
So,
So
it was
So
a
what you're telling me
rager.
is there was a lot of drinking.
There was a lot of drinking. Probably the most I've drank in my
And
life.
to be clear, like we're not in a mansion or anything. We're in like maybe a
Okay.
total of 800 square feet
Don't do
of,
that.
of play
Whoa,
area.
whoa.
Don't do
I
that.
think that's
Like,
bad.
We are.
Whoa,
you stay
David.
here. This house is
No, I'm saying a
good
play
size.
area. That wasn't
It's just
bedrooms.
slanting one
Okay,
way.
I'm saying like
I was about to say, bro.
800 square feet of
You know,
play area. So there's
so
like
we
15
roasted?
people.
See a bunch of cracks on the roof. You know?
David, are we roasting?
The Iron Man challenge did have a bad foundation.
Oh my
but-
god.
So,
So
I'm just saying.
The problem was there was no sober person to. Like,
I was sober.
to mediate.
100%.
Well, where the hell were you?
Kenny was
Kenny?
sober.
Actually,
yeah.
hold on. I love this part. Hold on.
For the record, Kenny participates, quote unquote,
With
in
one
Mario
drink
Kart
for 12 hours.
but he doesn't drink at all. Like
As
when we're
in-
he
playing
doesn't
that
even
game.
play the games. He'll play like one game and he'll
Yeah,
leave
I play the
mid-game.
game. I play the game, but I don't play. I play Mario
The
Kart.
one thing
Y'all
is-
play Mario Kart.
The only thing
I'm
is,
trying to win.
I will
This is
never
probably because Kenny didn't mediate enough. Is probably why this story ended so horribly.
That's
how does
also
this-
probably true. Yeah.
How does this story end, Trey?
So I go to bed, I wake up in the middle of the night, I gotta use the restroom. So Kenny stays across the hall from me, where his room is compared to the place I stayed before. His room is approximately where the bathroom was.
You could reach out and touch your floor.
Yes, I had to use the restroom. So I get up, I'm walking to the restroom, I flip on the light. I go to where the toilet was, I just go and I start peeing. I'm standing up, I'm peeing, I start looking around, and I see a TV in front of me. I'm like, there's no TV in my bathroom.
That's innovative.
Yeah, I turn around, and I see Joette staring at me in Kendrick's bed. So I put my thing away, I fall on the bed, and I go, I'm so sorry, and I walk out.
Drunkenly.
Okay.
Jokingly.
All right.
And then, hold on, so I go back to my room,
That's
don't say
not,
nothing.
That's not the adjective he
Hold
used.
on.
I definitely said
Hold on.
drunkenly.
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 He said drunken. Hold on. Go ahead.
Because Trey was not
No,
joking.
yeah. This was not just a big practical joke.
No, I did not know this was happening.
Okay.
I was drunk.
was
I
a-
fall on his bed. I go, I'm so sorry. I get up. The light's on. I walk straight back out. I go to my bed. I fall asleep. I wake up to Kevin coming into my room in the morning. He's like, hey, I'm going to go sleep on your bed. I'm like, sure, go ahead. Kevin comes into my bed, lays on the other side, and I open my eyes and I go, I think I peed in Kenny's room last night.
I'm gonna cut it right there. Here we go. So everything you just heard was probably the fantasy version of what actually happened that night.
That's what happened.
That's best case scenario.
That's definitely best case scenario. Let me tell you. Okay,
I want to hear an admission of guilt for your bad mediating too. After
bad
this.
me. So let me tell you what happened, man. Okay,
Sorry,
so
Joe.
so we're having this huge party at the house. As they said, there's a lot of games and drinking going on. Pretty good amount of people here. What were there, like 10 people?
There was
No,
15, there was a 15,
yeah,
15 16.
I don't remember. This
What
is
was
a
the
crazy
party
night.
for?
Again with the
We were
solid
just
200
throwing
square
it,
It
feet.
was the Iron Man challenge.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
Iron
You
Man
brought your
challenge.
cousins too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a pretty wild
Luis
party.
came.
Should not have had my cousins.
I think Donnie was here for a little bit.
Donnie was here for a little bit. Donnie was here for a little bit.
Chicks.
Donnie was here when I brought someone back.
Maybe that wasn't.
That was
a
not the
different
time.
night.
No. So this was also one of the times where, with so many people being here, my girlfriend decided to come over. She does not come over a lot because there's a lot of dudes in this house, and it's just you can just feel the masculinity as soon as you walk in.
Man, so what's that mean?
She's not coming
Dang,
back
she
ever
not
again.
comfortable with this?
She's not coming back ever
Dang.
again.
To be clear, there's like 2 TVs within
No.
Did she bring her
5
cat
feet of
too?
each other.
No.
Everybody's drinking except for me. I've had probably one very solid Mike's Hard Lemonade, probably.
What about Joette?
Generally
I'll
puts me
give
right
you
out.
half of
Joette
one.
probably. Actually, you know what? I probably
you
didn't.
probably shared yours.
I probably didn't even finish my Mike's Hard. I probably gave the other half away. Yeah. So,
Shit.
But how hard was the lemonade?
I knew you were gonna go there. That's what I was trying to avoid. That's why I stopped listening. So I turned in a little bit early, like 10 p.m. because I think we had something to do in the morning.
You didn't have nothing to do.
There's only so much mediating you can do when there's so many drunk people, and you're like, hey, don't climb on that, and don't yell, and
Oh,
whatever.
wait,
You know?
I do remember that night because That was when we had a basketball goal and me and David.
We had a basketball goal. There's only so much mediating you can do. So at a tiresome night, I go to bed at like 10.
Wonder why we don't have one.
To be clear, the party started at 9:45.
The biggest and most important.
This is all at 7.
The biggest and most important thing about this story is that this was the only day that my girlfriend brought her cat here.
Oh, Miso was in the room.
Who was very young at the time.
Do I need to apologize to
This
Miso?
is how you know that
This is
Trey's
way worse.
story is
My
not
God.
good.
Oh no, I remember this. I remember this. And she
The
goes.
most important part about this story. So when Trey walks into my room thinking that it is the restroom, just so we're clear, my room does not look like a restroom at all. I don't know where he got that from. It does not look like a restroom.
You pee on your fridge.
He peed on my fridge, David. Not just my fridge, my Xbox
All right,
is on
listen.
top of
I did
my
not
mini
pee
fridge.
on your Xbox.
He
all right,
peed on my
I peed
Xbox.
to the left of it.
Here's
Like
what,
it makes a difference.
here's what actually happened. Trey walks into the room like Frankenstein. I'm already awake. Trey walks into the room, very quiet, walks over to my fridge.
Turns the light on.
Does not turn the light on.
The light was on.
What time was this?
the
The
light-
light walks in there because
It
he
is
didn't go to
about-
bed till late.
It was probably 11:30. Okay.
No, there's no way.
Yes, it's
we were
11:30.
partying for way
No, we
longer.
weren't.
It's 11:30.
I remember because I was laying on this beanbag, and I remember seeing Trey
We were
leave
watching
his room
Superbad.
and enter into Kenny's room in the hallway. And I was like,
Like
oh,
Frankenstein.
Trey must wanted to ask Kenny a question or something, but apparently that is not the case.
Trey walks in like Frankenstein. I see Trey, but I'm just thinking he's about to ask me a question like you expected, Kevin.
Yeah.
Something. He's gonna acknowledge my presence as he walks into my room while I'm trying to sleep. As normal, right?
Right.
Okay. There's also a cat in there, which is a pretty big part to this story. Trey proceeds to walk over to my mini fridge, which also has my Xbox on top of it, and relieve himself.
No.
This Make-A-Wish cat.
Like,
The cat is on the bed whenever he starts peeing. Joette's first response whenever we hear, because you hear pee when you're in a quiet room, and you hear pee at that time. When Trey starts going, Joette goes, "Oh my God, Kendrick, Trey's peeing." The very next thing she says is, "Where's Miso?" We have no idea where Miso is.
Is Miso the cat?
Miso is the cat. He's freaking terrified because a white guy just walked in my room to pee on my Xbox.
Like, if a black guy walked in the
Hey,
room,
I
I
wanna
think the
make
cat
it-
would still be terrified.
I think that's still.
I want to make
As a
it
black guy, I
clear.
can say that might be scarier.
Hey, what y'all doing?
I want to make it clear. I bought Kenny this Xbox.
That does not make
So,
it any better at all.
I think that makes it better.
Just so we're clear, there's no rule in life where it's like, if I bought you this, I can pee on you.
I think so. I
Hey,
think
hold
so.
on.
It's my-
The next time somebody takes Trey to lunch, you piss in his Wheaties, dude.
I told him right after this. I was like Trey, like I come in. All right, this is the real part. So Miso is fine. He was under the bed, scared, which is great.
So he's in a puddle of piss at this point.
No, I think he only peed like a little bit.
I caught it. I caught it instantly. I saw the TV.
Oh, you got stage fright.
Yeah.
As soon as Joette was like, "Oh my God, Trey," or "Oh my God, Kendrick, Trey's peeing," like immediately Trey turns around and he goes, "Oh, he didn't lay on the bed. He fell. He fell, and then he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then he walks back to his room, and I'm like, "You're not gonna clean it up or anything?" So, and then it's also like 11:30, so I already like this is the crazy part. I'm already asleep or like sleepy, so like I wipe it down a little bit. I don't turn the light on to clean it. I just kind of throw a towel over there.
The light was already on.
I hope everything's
The
okay.
light was already on. I swear. I swear.
It
on
was
everything.
not. It wasn't on.
I swear on
Okay.
You're just seeing
everything.
stars, Trey. You're just seeing stars.
right.
The very next thing to happen is I walk.
Night vision.
I wake up in the morning and Trey's in the room. Kevin's in there, and this is where we pick up. This is where we pick up from Trey's story where Kevin lies in his bed, right? I walk in there and Trey is already laughing, and I look at Trey and I go, "Hey man, I think you peed in my room last night."
No, I asked you.
Yeah.
You walked in. I was
Yeah, you
like,
know what?
Did Trey go in your room last night?
Yeah. And it's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, this doesn't happen often enough for you to not be like,
Yeah,
I
how
think that was
often
a
does
dream.
someone- how does often?
I thought it was a dream.
Pissing
I
in
could
the
swear.
Trey thought it was a dream. Well, it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, that could have been a dream, right? And then
That's probably a
just
nightmare
basically,
at that point.
it was a nightmare for me, so for sure. And ever since then, my girlfriend, who I'm still dating at the time, right now, her cat has never been back over here because of Trey.
You know, honestly,
Joe has never stayed the night after that.
Hasn't. This has been.
I mean, do you blame her?
This has been over a year. Yeah. So
I think it's coming up on the anniversary. Actually,
you know, yeah. You want to throw another party?
Yeah, I want to. Let's go.
Party at Jovette's new apartment.
This is my thing about parties at the Nut Shack. It's that we've either had so many, or that either some of us has gotten so drunk that we don't remember which party it was. Because to be honest, I'm not even gonna lie. I definitely thought I fell asleep in your bed that same night. That was a whole different party. My God.
When did you fall asleep in my bed?
Exactly. There was this one party, I don't even remember. I just fell asleep in your bed.
You know what?
I woke up.
Talking about crazy party stories.
Wait, hold
this
on.
wasn't even a party.
Wait.
I want to talk about Alex falling in my restroom when I was in Florida.
Oh shoot.
Oh yeah.
Before you start your next story, I'm going to ask the question burning in everyone's brains right now.
Mhm.
Did you finish peeing before you went back to sleep?
Oh, shoot. You know what? It's been over a year, and I never even thought about that because there was pee on my Xbox. So
I don't think so. I think I
You
went.
just went straight back to sleep.
No, there's all right. Hold on.
Maybe vaguely. I remember
As
peeing.
all men that are listening know that once you start peeing, you don't not finish peeing.
See, that's
Somehow
crazy.
So
pee for
real
4
thing is
seconds.
here now. It's a double whammy because he pissed on Kendrick's floor and probably pissed his pants. Just gonna. put
I
that
woke
out
up dry. Kevin, was my bed wet when you got in there?
Not when I got in there.
See,
but
that's
that was
my-
a long night.
But why
so-
would you be laying where Trey's pants were?
That's my thing.
You're right.
there.
I was not laying exactly where Trey was.
You know, I'm
I
just
laid
saying.
down
I'm
next to him.
gonna tell you, you might be wrong on that one because for one, he said he felt dry. Now Trey just asked me what was going on, you know, with my restroom or in his restroom. So just for the record, you know, I'm just saying, just because you start peeing doesn't mean you can't stop. Because I'll tell you this right now. All right, Trey already said he doesn't remember, you know, being wet or you know probably he was, you know, it doesn't even matter. I'm gonna stop right there. So, anyways, I had this scenario happen probably about what was it, like 2 weeks ago, maybe.
No, this was last week, Alex.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was in Florida.
God dang.
I got told this over the phone.
All right. So
That was
I,
2
you know,
weeks ago.
we just got back from Ultimate. It was me and Kenny, and you know what? Like we were there for a bit, and I was like, man, I gotta really, you know, I gotta take a piss. Kenny beat me to the restroom, and I was like, you know what? That's fine, cool, because I'm gonna do something else anyways. You know, and I was like, it's cool. I gotta go use the restroom somewhere else. So-
Trey's restroom.
Yeah, so
Again.
I go to Trey's restroom again. Obviously, this is first, and then I happen to find a knife the second time. But
Roommate
I went-
agreements mean nothing.
yeah, so I went to the restroom. Anyways,
Bro, when you gotta pee, like
legit,
You
yeah.
really
Like
need
when I had to be, I legit.
contract.
Except for when it's on your Xbox.
Yeah. So I legit
It's
just
not
like.
on your Xbox.
just a little dribble.
In dog's terms, that's my Xbox now.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, you bought it. Go ahead, Alex.
Oh my god.
I'm not even gonna get into this. Bro.
Legit, I just, you know, I went to go pee for like 2 seconds. Next thing I know, I'm on the ground, and I'm like, whoa. First thing I heard was Kenny go, "Hey!" And I was like, I immediately got up, walked straight to the living room, and I was like, I think I just blacked out. And then at that point, I started feeling around. Like I said, I had to go pee. I was dry as hell. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe I pissed all over the ground. Went in the restroom. There was literally nothing there, and I had like legit the next day, I had like a huge ass bump on my head, and then my shoulder hurt like hell.
This is how he explained it to me. He said he remembers his thing out, and then all of a sudden he woke up and his thing was back in with the shower
Oh,
curtain
yeah.
on him.
Okay.
So I just want to put it out there though, for all our viewers that are going to put you on blast for this. You said all that to say that you don't have to finish peeing. If you blacked out, you probably finished.
No. Here's
No,
the thing. Here's
it
the
wasn't anywhere.
thing. As a person who
He was a
as
witness.
one of 2 people that were there,
He was a witness.
and the person that didn't black out, first sign, if you think you blacked out, you blacked out.
Yeah.
Feels a little racist.
God, if you think if you think you blacked out, you blacked out. Number 2,
First off,
I didn't beat Alex to the restroom. He went to Trey's restroom because he likes Trey's restroom.
Everyone likes my restroom.
Probably
Okay.
factual.
Number 3, I'm watching the basketball game in the living room. Trey's restroom is at the back of the house, which is 25 steps.
You gotta go through 2 doors.
You gotta go through 2 doors to get there. And I had the TV on a pretty average level, and the sound that I heard coming from Trey's restroom could be heard over the TV, like a body
Oh yeah.
hitting the ground really hard.
When I forgot when I walked out, I said, "Did you hear something loud?"
Yeah.
Because I didn't know whether or not I fucking fell or not. Obviously I fell because I was on the fucking ground. So, but like,
I don't know how I ended up here.
yeah, I was like, I don't remember how I even got here, and I just
This dude had a concussion.
I was in concussion protocol. The thing is, I didn't even have a headache. I was
Probably a
like, oh my
concussion
God.
with an empty bladder.
I didn't go to bed till like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock that day because I knew like I blacked out. There you go.
You bumped your head.
Thought you blacked.
Thought you blacked out.
You really just finished peeing.
Anyway, that
Yeah.
wasn't even.
The sensation of peeing was
sounds
so
like a really good thing.
it was so good.
Golly.
A whole new life.
That was.
You got the different kind of shivers after you got finished.
Like, I don't think you're pissing right.
Oh my god.
That wasn't even a party-related blackout.
Yeah.
Unlike the next story that we have, which is probably one of the best stories that we have as a group.
Everyone in our group was there pretty much. It was awesome.
Glenn, why don't you start us off on this one?
Man, this was
Give me the setting.
setting. New Year's Eve 2014,
15.
going into 2015.
Okay.
It had to be.
Yeah.
Going into 2015, good friend Todd here.
Yeah, what's up?
We have a the story's based around him and some issues, but it got pretty funny along the way.
That night it was fun.
That night it was funny. The next morning was not funny for anybody.
So
It's
before
also very funny.
before the Nut Shack,
Hold
we
up.
did every party at my old growing up house. Grow up, you know.
Blow
I'm
up.
sorry. Grow up.
I'm about to say, because there wasn't a lot of growing up in that house.
It was the house I grew up in pretty much. We all hung out there
Your parents'
everywhere.
house, right?
My parents' house, you know.
Yeah, so we're here on New Year's Eve. We're like, well, let's, get a drinking game going. And we started playing the drinking game Waterfall and, all the stupidity that led, playing that game. And a few of us got too intoxicated. A few of us, meaning Todd and his fiance Alexis. And so they got in a little argument, as couples do whenever, they're
You've been
under the
drinking.
influence. And yeah, you've had way too much. Well, long story not so short, they get mad at each other. Alexis is blackout drunk. So our boy David here, every 5 minutes, she's passing out, hitting the ground. Trey has a fireplace that very sharp edges, not kid friendly.
Made out of brick. It sticks about 2
Fireplace.
feet out. It's horrible.
And Alexis, for some reason, tends to drunkenly stumble over that way every time she regains consciousness. So David's running around with every cushion from the couch while we're sitting on literally a bare, empty couch. He's running for every cushion on the couch trying to cover corners as she passes out.
I think at one point he took the seat cushion off.
I think so.
We were sitting
Yeah,
on
like
the
a wall,
bare
yeah.
bones of the couch.
He was literally just following her.
My favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a coffee table.
My
yeah.
favorite.
I have one right there, and like she literally passed out and hit the.
Yeah, and David was like, "See, that's why I did it."
My favorite part about that story is, okay, so when someone's blackout drunk, isn't it like you black out like once?
I like how he's asking about it.
Hey,
Yeah.
because there's about
This is half a mic, bro. Half a
everybody.
mic.
Yeah.
Let's
A
ask
single
Alex.
mic's
Alex,
hard.
Alex, what happened when you blacked out?
Yeah, yeah.
He
How
took
many
a
times
good
you black
piss.
out?
Did you black out another time that night?
First off, I've only blacked out twice,
You think?
and both of them were
That
due
you know
to.
of.
That you know of.
They were not related to any type of drinking or
That
any
sound healthy,
or
bro.
other related things.
No substances were
Yeah.
caused to your blacking out. Well, that was not the case here. And I'm not sure if maybe just blacking out because of alcohol is different. Like, it's never been different for me. I blacked out for being drunk, but
But did you get back up? Like 4 seconds? Exactly?
I got back up. I either got back up when I was sober or when somebody woke me up to take me home to sleep to get sober.
Right.
Alexis was an anomaly. She would black out, wake up 15 seconds later, speak for a total of another 15 seconds, and hit the ground again.
The thing is, when she woke back up, she continued the sentence she was she stopped when she blacked out,
Which is not.
Oh, yeah.
which I've never seen before.
You ever seen
And
that
it
movie?
looked
You ever seen that movie, The Butterfly?
You know, that's actually...
Yes.
Oh my god.
It looked like,
Oh
it
my
looked like
goodness,
somebody
dude.
dramatizing like a damsel in distress fainting.
Was it
But it was every like 30-second interval. It was phenomenal. I've never seen anything
We
like
were
it.
just all sitting around, she would black out. We'd just be like, we just start talking. What do we want to do? And then all of a sudden,
And,
and then she wake back up.
Back.
and Todd's being a very good guy at this point. Todd's also drunk. But
Way too drunk. Way
yeah,
too drunk.
and we know Todd's drunk because Todd's quiet.
Bro.
He's not drunk here. He's just quiet.
Yeah.
But he's Alexis is going on a rant, and she goes, "Todd, you this and that." Blackout. And then Todd's just sitting there taking it, and then she, we're like, "Todd, it's good." In the 15-second interval that we have before she wakes up again, we're trying to talk Todd through what to do. Alexis wakes back up and goes right back on a rant to Todd. And it was just that over and over and over again. So
I love my favorite thing. She would wake back up. She'd be like, "Todd, I'm older than you. I'm older than everyone here."
And Todd would be Todd. So Todd was like, it's like he was right, but it sounded like he was losing the argument by saying it this way. She'd be like, "Todd, I'm older than you," and black out, and then Todd would be like, "No, you're not."
Why would you black out?
I'm older than you. This isn't even an argument.
Todd
Mind you, I'm the oldest one in this group of friends, besides Kevin at this point now.
It is so funny.
Sorry, Kevin.
I was not a part of the friendship at that
Yeah.
time.
I think it's the first time Kevin's heard
Todd's
this.
like, everybody is clearly aware that Alexis is winning this argument, but Todd's like, she's out of the race for a second, let's capitalize, let's get this 2 cents in, and that's gonna matter.
She blacks out and she can't respond, and then Todd's like, "No, you're not older than
Yeah, right.
It's so
I had to get it in, bro. I had to.
Eventually, so this goes on for, I don't know, probably what, guys, like an hour? I mean,
Yeah.
it was a while.
Oh, no,
it was a while.
longer than an hour.
No, I'm just saying the blackout part
Honestly,
back and
though,
forth.
like,
So the next funny part of this is like, so we have a couple of guys in our group that's not here. Krishan's one of those guys. You'll hear from him in the next few episodes. He doesn't even hardly know Alexis.
Yeah, he's barely...
He did, like, we all went to school together, right? So we all knew of each other, but like he didn't know her more than the rest of us did know her.
Did they meet that night?
And she no.
Okay.
I think they knew it, yeah.
So, but then she would wake up and go, "Krishan, you're my best friend. You're the only friend I have." And she would go to him, and then so he's just trying to fix the situation, just trying to be a good person. Like, it's okay. We're fine. Just take a breath. And then she'd pass out again, and Krishan would be like, "What?
Oh, yeah.
What's happening right now?"
Yeah, I remember that, because she literally passed out forward like this in his lap, and he's like, "Guys, what do I do? What do I do?"
And we legit, at one point we all leave just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that was the greatest part.
That was the
Okay,
greatest
like, all right,
Y'all
so-
left him?
Okay.
left him with the
Alright, so the whole... Okay,
So
okay.
how it works? So
Okay.
every time she would black out, we would try and create a different scene. Like, all right, because we noticed that she would just pick up where she left off. We're like, maybe if we
Okay.
can make her forget where she was going, we got this.
I don't remember this at all.
Dude,
Okay,
no, I remember that episode.
I remember the one where we all try to act asleep.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yes.
Oh,
We're like, everyone just sleep. Everyone just sleep.
And then we tried the one where we're like, maybe they just need to work it out. Fiancés just need to talk. So we all let
that was
Todd in
the
there.
worst.
That was the worst
So-
option.
That option is what led to what's relatively the end of the story. So we're standing in the kitchen, and we reenacted this scene where we're all just gone. It's just him and Alexis, and this time she decided that she could push past the 15-second interval and decided to get long-winded. And so she got into it with Todd. Things got a little feisty, and as we came back out, she slapped Todd. And we were like, okay, this isn't good.
At this time,
How
she
bad
threw the
was the
ring at
slap?
you, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
How bad was the slap, though?
Oh no!
Oh,
it was
she hit the fuck. I remember that.
you can
I
ask-
was drunk, but it was like a.
You can ask
You can ask
me,
Trey, for
because
sure.
after that, Glenn takes Todd outside, drags him
Oh my
outside.
God, I remember
I
that.
try to keep
a
Alexis
headlock or
inside.
No.
No,
Yes.
yeah,
no.
so, yeah.
No. So we'll split up the story here, because now here it comes to three different stages of the story.
Four different.
Five.
Right.
Okay, I don't remember any of this.
Just we go spider web from here, guys.
So-
So
One at a time.
here, Trey, what happened with Alexis after I
Yeah,
grabbed
so
Todd?
Glenn takes Todd outside, and I'm trying to keep Alexis inside, and she's like, "No, you can't keep me from my fiance." And I'm like, "All right, you just slapped him." I'm like, I tell her, I'm like, "If you want to hit anyone, you can hit me." Not expecting she's gonna slap me.
Bro, she called the hell out of his
She
bluff.
slapped me, and I was like, All right, I asked for it. All right, you did it.
In your head, you're just like, well, dang, I guess you can do that.
I guess you can do that. So,
Harder or just as hard?
just as hard. It was just.
So, before I get a little further, I want to kind of backtrack a little bit. Like, this story does have a lot of convoluted lines. So, like, in this whole time, Alex, go ahead, man. Like, this was pretty funny too.
Yeah, this story and this whole scenario has a ton of different perspectives. For example, mine. You know, I really like how y'all got to do stuff that night. Actually, you know what? I actually left and then came back that night. So, I left this party, I was like, man, this party's gonna be lit, this is like, we're all in high school.
Alex is 2 years younger.
Yeah, I'm the youngest out of everybody here. So.
We're all underage. All of us are underage.
Yes.
I was going to try and make it where we were legal. We were underage?
We are
No, we were definitely underage.
I'm just saying, anyways, so, I went and came back, and you know what? When I left the party, that crowd was fun. Everybody was trying to, drink. They were trying to be like, hey, you know what? Take a shot, Alex. And I was like, nah, I gotta go back to my parents because, it was New Year's, whatever it was. And I was like, dang. So I come back, and whoever picked me up, and I don't remember how I even got back, but that crowd was at 0 before I left. And when I got back, it was at 100. And when I got back, everyone was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I thought there was a party. Yeah. They were like,
I saw Alex show back up. I was like, oh.
This is so much worse because, Alexis has got her beef going on, whatever it is. I'm just letting you guys know.
To be clear, you showed up in the middle of the blackout.
Yeah, I showed up in the middle of everything.
There was no.
And when I tell you this, and I mean it, and this is just how it is. Me and Alexis have had like a huge rivalry, and we're just at this point where it's just like we're good. It's never gonna get past this point. So at that point, I think it was at its worst point. And legit,
it was on site at that point.
Yeah, it was on site, and as soon as I got there,
dang, that was
Alexis
back
was
then.
Alexis was literally like, "Where's Alex?" She said something, and she's like, "You don't like me," and all that things, and I was like, and then she tried to fight me. At that point, I have never been,
This was the trend starting to get violent.
Yeah, I never hoped for somebody to black out in my life because that's pretty messed up. But at that point, I was like, I hope you black out so I can dip. Because and legit, she blacked out, right? And legit, I think she blacked out either 3 or 4 times. But she blacked out 3 or 4 times, and I was in the restroom for an hour.
A good portion of the party.
I was in the restroom for an hour trying to hide so I wouldn't get mollywalked by somebody like Trey. And honestly,
I didn't know it was coming.
So to jump back in time, or jump back forward, I guess.
To where
when
you're
Trey,
driving.
So let me get some clarity there. So Alexis smacks the shit out of Todd, and then throws the ring. At this point, Todd, we've all known Todd as the dummy bear.
I'm the butt of the joke.
The butt of the joke / the cuddly teddy bear. You gotta talk. If you want to talk about something serious, you talk to Todd. He's comforting. Todd. It's you can see the rage in his face, and you can definitely see the rage because his glasses are off at this point because he got smacked the shit out of. And Todd just grabs Alexis and hugs her, but we can tell it was I love you. It was very gritty. It was very I hope we can fix this. Yeah,
I love you so much.
He was definitely hugging to Tim the rabbits.
Y'all ever seen that video where it's I love you, bitch? Never gonna stop loving you, bitch. That's kind of how it was.
Yeah, and Todd bear hug. Yes. Yeah, and this was a bear hug. We're man, we don't stop it. Alexa's head's gonna kaboom in a second.
She looked like she about to pop.
So we're wait, hold on. And she's her arms are flailing by her side. She's all constricted. That's when I go over there to Todd, because then she rears back up to hit again. So with that being said, I grab Todd. I get him in a chokehold, and I start dragging him out. The whole time, Todd's beating the shit out of me. And then this is where, I'm literally, there's this huge step that drops down in the living room at Trey's house. I'm tripping over this step when I hear and I know Trey's night just got worse.
That was fun.
And David's running over here to get the door because Trey's got the glass door and then the front door. So we finally get outside, and I'm trying to get control of Todd. I finally let go, and he punches me square in the mouth. And then I was like, hold on. So I was just
I'm not even in it.
Hold on.
I'm not even married
David's like, whoa. David's just standing on the porch. And so, like, I tackle Todd. David comes against Todd's one hand because Todd's just like a freaking, like I said, the hulkish of teddy bears. And then Alex comes wandering out outside. He's like, man, what happened? He's like, I've been in the bathroom for an hour.
Okay, so like, I remember the very beginning of the night. Honestly, we were at a park or something. The beginning of the night, the whole night starts off with Frennis, and we all get a phone call. I either think it was either Alexis, I got it from Alexis, or I got it from Trey. But as soon as we,
my
get a
money's
phone
on
call,
Trey because I don't think
Alexis would have never called me. So, anyways, if she would have called me, she would have been like,
if she did, that night would have been bad from the start.
Yeah. So we get a call and Trey's like, "Hey guys, what are y'all doing? Because like we gotta go get Todd because Todd did something and he ended up in jail." And I was like, "What?" I was like,
Oh yeah, we did
What?
start off like
I was
that.
like, "What did Todd do?" And I was like, because I needed an explanation because I was like, "What the fuck does this have to do with me?" And I was like, "I wasn't even near this."
That's definitely an Alex.
Yeah, that's definitely me because I was like, if it's anything that has to do with trouble, and I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with it. So I was like, what the heck happened? And I think you said like he threw a disc at a cop or something. I can't even remember.
I threw a frisbee at a cop.
Yeah, I think that was what it was.
Because we weren't supposed to be at the park, and I was like, man, fuck the police. And I threw the disc at something that we saw.
Honestly, I think that was the time when we were setting disc on fire, but we'll get on that.
Were you already drinking?
What?
No, we haven't. So, but we get there and
So
they say,
this is a sober moment.
yeah, this is
this was sober. Like this was completely planned.
We were wild.
I didn't actually throw a disc at a cop.
This
No,
we
yeah.
just made this up.
the fact that I said
Interesting.
that we lit something on
Back
fire,
in
that's
blue.
not the only thing that we've ever lit on fire.
That's a whole nother.
That's like 3 episodes.
That's 3 episodes.
Oh my god.
Go ahead.
So we get there, we get to the party, and I'm like, what the hell? I was like, why are we even at Trey's house? And I'm like, this has nothing to do with jail. And so we all get there, and then they're like, yeah, well, we gotta go get Todd and go get Todd right now. And I'm like, well, why do we gotta go get Todd, and why are we gonna go get him now? And it's like, do we even have enough money to get this dude out of jail? I think I was the only person who was like logical at this time because I was like, they were like, we gotta go get him, and I was like, hold up, we are all in high school. First off, we had a party, and I was like, we're supposed to get drunk. Why are we getting this dude?
You know who not to call.
Yeah, I was mad as shit because I was in the closet. I was like,
legit.
man, let him sit there. And I'm like, bro, what the hell? dog?
Legit, I think I was arguing with Alexis for like 20 minutes, and it wasn't even like, it was a whole joke. And the whole point, I was like logical, and then she was like, he's in the garage. And like, I completely forgot about you, and then as soon as we walked in, I was like, you been in the garage for this whole time? He's like, yeah, I just been hiding behind these freaking couches.
My favorite part about this whole thing is us being at Trey's parents' house and being under the drinking age, and this being Trey's parents' house. Every party that we had at Trey's parents' house, his parents were there. And the thing that they do is
Don't even.
the thing that they do is we are pretty rowdy and loud.
There's like,
What?
There's like one.
You guys rowdy?
No, yeah.
I think there was like one rule.
Kevin,
in the
we
house.
are up.
There's the
6
only
p.m.
rule.
These
the only-
stories.
Do not wake my mom up.
The only rule was don't wake up his parents.
And I'm not taking anybody to the hospital.
Oh my god, yes, that is my
To be
family
clear,
saying.
she always walks out and she's like, tonight in particular, she's like, okay, we got y'all booze, we got y'all taken care of. She goes, but she's like, nobody's touching that cabinet until everybody puts your keys in this bucket.
Oh yeah.
And holds out the bucket, and we all put the keys in there. And like, I will never forget that struggle. I was like, okay, we have to make Todd leave. So we're sitting there. I've already gotten punched in the mouth, and I'm like, where the fuck did this woman put my keys? We need to get out of here. And she's hiding my keys.
No, my takeaway was like we ended up waking her up, and David I think came out, and David's like, hey.
No, my mom came out. My
Was
dad
your
didn't
mom?
come. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
my mom that came out.
Was
I
she
got
already blacking out at that time?
Yes, we were in the living room and she was blacking
She
out.
ignored it though. Your
She-
mom walked out.
Yes.
Okay.
Alexis literally, she shut up when my mom walked out there and did not stop the sentences. She kept blacking out, but mom walked out there and she was just like, all right, y'all are getting a little too loud. What are y'all doing out here?
Alexis is blacking out, and we're all like in this circle around Alexis, trying to like figure this out. And
It's like, we're like deer in the headlights, man. We just start, we're like,
and then she goes right back to bed, and we're having a crisis.
What's so funny about
If
this?
my dad comes out and I'm cool, I'm like, all right, that's cool. I saw my mom come out and I was like,
And like,
damn.
I was like, I didn't know it. I knew that bowl was somewhere, and I was like, I'm tallest one in the group at this point. I'm checking all the top cabinets and like trying to find everything, and I'm like, okay, I can't find these. I was like, she has to have them. So finally, I was like, Trey, they got to be in your mom's room, but I need the keys like now. We got to get Todd out of here. So we go back inside, and his mom's like, "I'll give you the keys back," but his mom gives me like a field sobriety test in the kitchen. She's like, "Are you okay to drive?" And I was like, "I'm fine." She's like, "How many drinks have you had?"
My mom is the best woman in the world. I love my mom.
I think that part is pretty cool too, because it's like whenever like everybody gets drunk and then you go crazy and everything, and then something serious happens, and it's like
you're sober.
Immediately undrunk. I'm sobered up now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I will never forget. I was like, well, I'm fine because I felt every bit of Todd's knuckles on my mouth.
Exactly. You get hit once and you sober up instantly. I got slapped by Alexis and I'm like, I'm awake. What are we doing?
All right. We're gonna move on to our last segment. At the end of every episode, we're gonna try to play a game, something interactive to get everybody involved. Today the game is called Sing to Me Nice, so we'll get to that next. 1, 2, 3. Hey, I wanted to take just a quick moment to shout out a couple people who I know are listening. Trey's dad, Joette, Anna, our parents probably, all of our friends, family, and coworkers. Just thanks so much for listening in today and checking out what we got. We have a lot more coming very soon, so stay tuned. Okay, we're going to go into our last segment, the game segment. Today we're going to be playing Sing to Me Nice. That is when I play an audio clip and our contestants act as guest judges. And the catch is they can only say something nice about what they hear. Today our contestants are going to be Trey.
Can I be Reggie Jackson?
Glenn.
No. Yeah, I'm here.
Kevin.
Hey.
And Todd.
I am still here.
The theme on this one is American Idol X Factor. Every party needs some sort of music. Today we're testing the talent for that, all right?
Got my samurai sword signed by Reggie Jackson.
I'm going to play...
It's Randy Jackson.
Oh, is it?
Oh my god.
I've never actually watched American Idol. I'm sorry.
Everyone! All right, here we go. I'm going to play the first clip now. Everybody be quiet. You're going to want to listen. This first one is Honey G. She's performing Work It by Missy Elliott.
Exclusive. Is it worth it? Let me work it. Put the thing down, flip it and reverse it. It's nerf if the fine thing. It's nerf if if you gotta think, let me search it. Find out how much you wanna work it. It's nerf if the fine thing. Hey, it's nerf.
What the hell?
See my hips and the tips go chop.
All right, I think that should be good enough. Trey, what do you think?
You are right. This is gonna be a one-hitter. That's it. That's it. You're it was. You got through it. I'm proud of you. You got through it. I wouldn't have got through that.
I think I just got to be motivational here, and like the fact that you had the courage to step up here and perform at this level.
Exactly. The courage.
The lights, the cameras,
Yeah.
You should definitely. I don't know. Thank your supporters up to this point.
Yes.
I was
Kevin.
extremely happy with the bleeped out parts.
To be fair, like listening to this, I don't know what Missy Elliott really says there anyway.
Oh yeah,
like,
right. Exactly. But those weren't. That wasn't it.
You know what? I mean, I loved her take on maybe possibly using Nerf guns.
Yeah.
At some point.
Tom, what do you think?
I mean, she was definitely on beat with the original song.
Yes.
Like, props to that.
Yeah.
Like, if you stick with it, you can maybe get the lyrics right.
Yeah.
But, like, that's, like, one of the all-time hardest lyrics to get with the Nerf gun, whatever the hell she says. Like, way to stay on beat, girl. Like, you get it. You got it.
All right, sum it up. How good was it?
Shoot, how good was that? I will think about that for a while now. That's how good it was.
Glenn,
if I was terminally ill and I was doing really hard in life and I really needed a way out, I think she could satisfy that need for me.
You're gonna be so mad that you use that on this one because it's gonna get so much worse.
It gets so much worse.
I will say that it was definitely an unforgettable performance.
Oh yeah. Okay, Kevin. Bonus points for you. Todd.
That's a no for me, dog.
That's 3 yeses. She's going hopefully nowhere close to
You said
Hollywood.
American Idol.
No, you're good, bro.
He's being just like American Idol.
That was Randy Jackson.
That was Randy Jackson. I wanted to be Reggie Jackson. That's a baseball player. That's what I want to be right now.
Shoeless Joe.
The next one is going to be a step up. It's only going to get worse from here. Here we go.
Way to start us out hot.
The next person is Shadale Harris performing "Fallen"
Are you
by
any
Alicia
relations
Keys.
to you?
Not related to me, gladly. Listen to this.
I keep falling in love with you. Sometimes I love you. Sometimes you make me blue. Loving you, darling, makes me so confused. I keep on falling in and out.
We can, let's stop before the chorus.
Glenn, we're going to start with you. What were you thinking of?
And initial thoughts, man. I just gotta say, like, whoever it is that she's falling for, good for them.
Yes.
They're gonna be pleasantly surprised with their newly found relationships talent.
You know, you don't usually get the full package of like a
Right.
good partner and a voice.
Right.
You know,
You don't really know them until you hear them sing, I guess. Yeah,
Kevin,
that's all I got.
Kevin, what you got?
I'm gonna give props to the parents on this one.
Yes.
With coming up with such an original name.
Shadale. It's 2 D's.
I mean, it's almost like Odell.
Right, showmanship's half the battle, right?
It might be
It's very close to Adele.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the voice was. She's almost there. She's almost there.
Getting that one-handed.
Todd, what you got?
I mean, if you keep that same confidence just to come up here and do the acapella version, you could go a long ways. I don't know where you can go for that, how long, but
There's a place for everyone.
you can find a place where you'll fit in for sure.
Yeah.
So just keep that same confidence, and you should be all right.
Trey, what's up?
No, in the lyrics she said she's confused, right?
Yeah.
Right? I'm confused right now on just everything.
Your emotions about
my
it.
emotions. You know, it's all around. It's all in whack.
A mix of emotions.
A mix of emotions.
Final thoughts. How many stars would you give this out of 5?
Out of 5 stars, solid 5 on a scale that is not in stars.
Okay. Kevin, give me a score out of 100.
Out of 100?
Yeah.
I'll go with a 99 again for her parents with the naming of their child.
Todd, give me a rating if this was a Yelp review.
A Yelp?
Yes.
It's one that's going to draw your attention for sure.
Oh, yes.
It's going to be pinned at the top.
Bonus points for you, Todd.
And you're gonna want to check it out for one reason or another.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Kenny. I'm going to have to give her a bronze participation trophy.
Oh, my God.
She went out and she tried it, you know? She tried her best.
She tried her best. Okay.
If you make the playoffs, you're still doing good, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So she would make playoffs, Glenn. Is that what you're saying?
I say let's go to
I
Hollywood.
think
Let's
if
go to
there's
Hollywood.
a playoff and
She's
some
going to LA.
competition, she has a place at somewhere at some point.
I'm saying she's a first-round exit.
I'm going to the next step.
First.
Next step up. This is another acapella one. This one is going to be Onkar Judge performing Earth by Michael Jackson.
Nice. Good song selection. Strong stuff.
What have we done to the world? Look what we've done. What about all the peace that you pledged your only son? Did you ever start to notice all the children dead from war? Did you ever stop to notice this crying earth, this weeping shore?
Okay. Go for it, boy. Keep going for it.
You're trying.
Come on, give us one more.
Oh my God!
Hold on, you guys.
Yeah,
Before you even give me a comment, there's like a part in this video, he's singing it, and he's performing.
Did he black out?
Like, he falls backwards, and he's like, oh, I thought this was a real wall. And then they're like, no, it's not a real wall. He comes back, and he starts singing again, and he, like, drops to his knees and opens his arms up like Michael Jackson for real.
This is what actually happened to Alex in the bathroom.
Oh my god!
No, except Alex then came out and was like, I think I blacked out. This guy knows what happened. All right, so
I don't think he knows what
Kevin,
happened.
I'm going to start with you.
I will say that he definitely hit every single note on the scale.
showed his range, which is something
in a chromatic fashion.
I think that's difficult to do in one song, but just to show all the notes you can hit. But
the range is more of on a dog's pitch range.
Yeah.
It's kind of rough. Not gonna lie.
See what you did there.
I see you.
I hate you, Todd.
Bonus points, Todd.
I'm going to go the opposite of you, Todd. I don't think it was dogs. You sounded like some cats. You were trying to. I watch a lot of nature shows. Those were some mating calls, and I don't know what animal that was for though.
So what you're saying is he's better.
He's going to get something. He's going to get something from this.
Glenn, what do you think?
I mean, let's just be, critical here and give some constructive criticism.
Mm-hmm. But be nice.
He had an emulation. Like, I see where he was going with Lil Michael. He tried to use the very soft inflections, tones.
Little Michael.
And I guess he was just really trying to touch Michael at that point.
Oh, don't do
Whoa.
that. God. You lose points, Glenn.
That's not
Kevin, final thoughts.
I'll just end with what have we done to the world? And I'll leave it at that.
My final thoughts, kind of to go with what Trey was saying about the nature. You definitely could have a future in the catnip commercials. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Singing riddles. I like it. Yeah.
Trey.
Show tune.
He's a performer. I say entertainer. I was entertained. I would bring him back. I would honestly bring him back.
Okay.
I want to see what happens next. I want to see what happens.
Glenn.
In this, I think we have to defer to Simon Cowell, right? Like, he started American Idol for singing, and then he was shifted to America's Got Talent. Maybe you're just not on the right show.
Okay, yeah, there's other shows.
Maybe you try to go for the more comedic approach. I mean, after all, you did crash pretty hard right there at the end. Maybe that's just all part of the comedy act, I mean, showmanship, solid 10 out of a different scale. Yeah.
I'll give bonus points to Trey on this one. So, what was that? 3 people tied? Yeah, that makes sense.
Whoa. I got bonus points?
I'll give you bonus points.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm sitting at 0.
No, I got you.
I'm pretty sure the points don't matter.
Yeah. Whoa. Different show.
Well, would you like to donate your points to the pool? Because I'm glad that
Do I have to continue to listen to this?
2 more. Oh, yes. It's only going to get...
No.
It's only going to get better. This next one is... Let me see. Shirley and Cynthia performing I Want You Back by Michael Jackson.
A duo?
A duo.
Interesting.
It is going to be so much more interesting.
I'm intrigued.
Here we go. This will be the whole song.
Oh, the entire song?
It's
I actually don't know if we're bad yet.
There it is.
Let's hear from the partner now.
Yeah. Physically hurt right now.
Oh.
You gotta hit that.
Range. Ooh, partner.
Just scream.
Ow. Squeal force again.
What?
All right, that's probably like one of my favorite ones. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh.
I'm not even messing with you. I listen to that in my car. sometimes.
Yes,
Yeah.
like
Starting footnote, best act of the day.
Best act.
Okay.
Probably. No, there's definitely a better act. Todd, starting with you. Give me your thoughts.
I'm definitely in tears about that performance.
Okay.
Very, very emotional.
Okay, I like it.
so it started off pretty good, decent. You know, you heard some notes hit, and then we switched, and it just fell off, and then it came back a little again.
Yeah.
and then it fell off again, and
I like it because it's like a roller coaster.
it's a roller coaster.
And
You
people-
don't even like roller coasters.
People like
but you
roller
enjoy
coasters,
this.
but for other people,
Yeah.
they like roller
It's like you heard those notes, you're like, oh, she's hitting it, and then all of a sudden you like died.
I think I'm going to build on that roller coaster thing. I think that's a very, very good metaphor for the performance we were just bestowed upon. I think because we do roller coasters because we enjoy them, and then they're terrifying, and then we just are ready for them to end after the first two.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that their inflection shows us something that we enjoy and terrified of at the same time.
Okay, so building off of the roller coaster thing that we have going on here.
Yeah, let's build a theme park here.
That's
y'all
what
y'all definitely went off the rails.
have been is
Off the
definitely
rails.
a theme park.
Kevin with the dad joke.
You definitely went off the rails with all of the. All right, so I will say, if there was a photo at the end of the roller coaster of this performance, I would definitely buy it.
Okay.
And probably hang it up somewhere and just giggle every time I looked at it.
I
As a
think
matter of fact, you can bash. I mean, if we want to talk about the roller coaster thing, when the brakes on the car stop, I'm pretty sure they make the same level note that she hit there in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think my favorite part about the performance is kind of like the last one, where it's just like, how many notes can we show that we can hit in one song? And I think they just really went for that.
Right. I mean, they definitely
It was
brought
a
you
solid
straight into the
5
station.
notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 notes, and then
And
she
then
was like,
at the end, they're like, oh, we didn't hit any low notes.
Yeah,
so she
yeah.
just like, oh, I got that.
That song go hard. Wrap it up, Trey.
Oh, if that first one comes back, I would love that. Just come back by yourself. Just drop your partner. Just
That's
drop
actually
it.
exactly what.
Just drop your partner right now. Drop kicker.
Glenn.
I wouldn't buy season tickets to this theme park.
Mhm.
I would attempt to maybe buy day passes.
I like it.
If they came with a lunch buffet.
Oh my god. I'm gonna need ads.
Well,
Kevin.
as the song says, we want you back, but we don't.
We don't.
You can leave now.
Todd.
The first one, you should go hang out at a karaoke bar, and I think you have a good future ahead of you. I think you'll be a rock star there. The other one, you should just go home.
I think if she's going to be a rock star, it's going to be for the bar as a proponent to everybody buying drinks.
Yes.
To please.
I would go to this bar.
It's a win-win.
I would go to this bar.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I would venture there.
Just to keep the pot stirred. I'm gonna give the bonus points to Glenn to tie it up, so we have to do.
Dang.
Oh,
I'm the one who
back
started
in the
roller
race,
coaster.
boys.
I would definitely have given
Let's
it to
do
Kevin
this.
because he did a dad joke, but I mean, like,
Jesus, Glenn.
here we go.
Dang, man, you're gonna break my
The last one and the one that I'm most excited about.
Oh no.
This is Sophie Stockton. My bad.
Stockton.
Performing "Love You I Do" by Jennifer Hudson.
Ooh.
This is going to be
Very bold song choice.
very. Oh, she's like she's European of some sort. Very heavy accent, but
On
that,
America's
that
Got
shouldn't be.
Talent,
That's
that's
probably
fine.
not related at all. We'll see.
I believe
I think it's
it's,
X Factor. Probably.
Oh.
You're strong and you're smart. You take my heart, and I give you the rest of me too. You're the perfect man for me. I love you.
my god. Stop it.
It's not over. Please stop getting it, girl.
You reckon they did?
I want you to hear these. Yeah. Sophie Stockton. I want to say mine first. I'm not even in the competition with that part where she's like, oh,
The host gets a golden buzzer too, right?
It's so spooky whenever she says that. I love that part.
Oh my gosh.
Who haven't we started with? Let's start with Glenn. It seems like you're really excited.
Oh my gosh, Glenn.
I have to, man. I'm gonna utilize my platform here to insert a plug.
Okay.
Callie _dirting. Y'all should check her out on Instagram. These singers have two just extremely similar complexions and vocal talents. Y'all should check her out on Instagram. Kaylee Dirting. On Instagram. Go check her out.
Okay. Good. Kevin.
That performance was the perfect impression of someone trying to start a car that is having a hard time starting.
But it started.
It
started.
Did it though?
Did it? They have proof that it's the battery, not the starter.
What's up, Todd? What's up?
I think
Todd's had a hard time the whole performance here. He's kind of ingesting everything.
He's signaling in his ears.
It sounds like.
Does it though?
Oh man, maybe tone deaf.
Tone deaf could.
You definitely don't have perfect pitch.
To be clear, she has done very well with the skills she may or may not have been given. She's overcome a lot of obstacles to
get to where she was.
Do what she's doing.
I love this song.
I honestly,
that song is great.
If
song is a wonderful song.
If iTunes would put it out as a ringtone, I would definitely encourage people that don't live around me to get it.
Okay.
I honestly, it was her singing was so good. I couldn't even understand a single word. You know, it was just, you know.
You just focused.
I was focusing on the notes.
The notes that she's.
That was just blowing into my ear.
All 33 of them.
All 33 of them, yes. And I didn't hear a single. Oh, at the end, I did hear the. Yeah, you know, that's all I got.
One more time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, it was like a.
Oh yeah.
Wow, it's almost like I was listening to it again.
Oh no, she had a deeper voice, honestly.
My bad. Yeah.
All right. Final thoughts, Glenn.
I'm gonna pass to my other judges. I'm gonna abstain from this vote.
Okay.
Wonderful song selection. Great for almost anyone who has attempted to sing that song.
I'm gonna suggest that you and the first participant that we heard today go start a band called No Dog Not For Me. Yeah.
Trey.
I'm going to reference Glenn's dad here from earlier. Band. I'm going to veto that.
You would ban.
I would veto that.
If this were a trade in fantasy.
If this was going to be a trade in fantasy, God went for Juju. Band.
If you went up to a haunted house on Halloween night and this song was playing,
I would. That was going to be a good haunted house.
I think her and Sam Darnold are seeing ghosts together.
Oh
my!
I think God. if this wasn't a haunted house, they better be giving out full-size candy bars.
Oh my God!
King-size candy bars.
King-sized. Hell yeah.
So on this show, I should have told you all this before. We don't have winners really when we play the games. We have one loser. The loser has a punishment. Usually about a week long. The good news is we all get to vote on the loser. The bad news is that loser's punishment this week would be that their ringtone has to be this last song.
Wow, and it's almost like...
Oh my goodness.
So
nobody
we have
that lives close to me.
7 people in the room. Who's the worst judge? Alex, you're here. Worst judge.
Wait. Worst judge based on what?
Worst judge, who was the meanest?
Oh, dang it.
Right.
Oh, shoot.
Like you're at okay.
This voting.
Straight up the meanest. I'm gonna go with Kevin.
Kevin?
He was straight up.
Kevin was the nicest one.
Really?
Kevin was the nicest one. Yeah, like as some like
His dad jokes.
I'd be more than happy to take second place in this, just to say that Todd said nah, bro.
But your vote
two
is for
people."
Kevin. David, who's the worst judge? Who's the meanest?
I'll go with Todd. He was the roughest one.
Trey.
I'm gonna go with Glenn.
I even inserted a plug.
This is kind of like Survivor.
Just because he inserted that plug. I mean,
I want to change my vote.
David votes on Glenn.
It's Glenn straight
absurd.
up.
You know, let me wait before we even get to Glenn. Kevin,
That's
who
absurd.
do you vote on?
That's absurd.
I think it's only 3 votes or 4 votes, and then
Yeah, 4 votes and
Vote
you're
on
out.
yourself.
Yep.
Because I definitely.
If I lose this shit's rigged.
It's not rigged, bro.
Well,
You're the one who brought that up.
Yeah, you can't really like call out other people.
I was comparing
They're
their
not
talents.
even anywhere in our group.
Kevin, it
Right.
sounds like you're voting for Glenn.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
That's the
Oh
one.
wait,
So-
he did do that.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
definitely calls.
You're cut.
Just for sake of argument, Todd, who would you vote
I'm
for?
gonna ask you.
Definitely Glenn for the unneeded
Yeah.
shot at somebody who we don't even talk
That
to.
is not.
We don't
it's
even
not,
talk to
It's
her.
not a shot. It was comparing like.
Bro, she
Jeff,
was in your
listen,
wedding.
Listen,
She was in your
Oh,
wedding.
she was in your wedding!
And you called her out,
Oh, dude!
I pushed her down. I pushed her in a wheelchair for you.
Oh my god, she was in a
I
wheelchair in your wedding!
Wheelchair?
But did I ask her to be the performing artist? Of the
Oh
wedding?
my
I
god,
did
no!
I'm just
So-
gonna say.
Glenn, it is unanimous. You have
Todd, you
lost
weren't
the
even
game
there.
this
I'm
week.
sorry.
I know.
Wait, Glenn, who did you vote for?
Who do you vote for?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Glenn, you know what, Glenn? Who would you vote
I'm
for?
gonna vote for my wife. It's her fault that I know.
That is
My wife is the
Michaela.
meanest person for making me know that plug should have been inserted.
1, 2, 3. All right, that wraps up the show for this week. Generally, this will be a bi-weekly podcast, but next week we actually have a specialty coming out with the return of the very long-awaited Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Let's go, spicy edition.
We're going to be on site. I'm going to be interviewing a couple people, getting their thoughts on that. We're going to put out a specialty episode next week, which is weird because it's episode number 2. And we're also going to be comparing some of the best fast food chicken places around the world.
If I'm there, just don't.
Around the world. How many people have gone?
By around the world, I actually mean around the places that we stay. Everyone here will have their thoughts on their Popeye's chicken sandwich as well. So make sure
So at some point in this week,
you tune in for next week to check that out. Besides that, this has been Up Super Late. Thanks for listening.